For our application, we needed to have a web server in order to host the application, and one of us had a Raspberry Pi lying around, so it just made sense to configure the Raspberry Pi with the Apache server so that we could all connect to it and use it as the web server. Since our service uses passwords, we decided to encrypt using an SSL certificate that was granted to us from Let's Encrypt. And we also restricted the Apache server to only use the secured connections, which is the HTTPS. And then in addition, the Raspberry Pi's IP address would change because it was hosted at one of our houses. So we used no IP to ping the Raspberry Pi's current IP address and configure it to our domain so that we would always point to the most updated version of our Pi's IP. And then finally, since our database was relational, it made sense to use MySQL because it's easy to install on the Pi. And going along with that, since it was an online application, it made sense to install PHP-MyAdmin. It allowed everyone to modify the database over the internet, and they didn't have to directly interface with the Pi. And this was our initial table setup. It consisted of 5 tables, and we ended up not using the first 2, company and company users, just due to the way that our features or our time played out with this project. But the groundwork was laid in the early stages.